I think vlogs as a type of video has some particular pedagogical benefits. So I wanted to show this just as a way to kind of model how I, as an instructional designer, use AI tools like Copilot.
Hopefully you can see that you really don't need fancy software or applications to get started with video editing. Hello there, welcome to this vlog. My name's Lorraine, and you're probably watching this video because you attended my presentation at the ETUG Fall workshop, or maybe you randomly clicked on this video, and if that's the case, all are welcome. Thanks for being here. I'll just quickly explain what it is that I'm going to be doing in this video. I'm going to be submitting a proposal to present at the ETUG Fall workshop or conference. ETUG is the Educational Technology User Group. It's a group of post-secondary educators, mainly based here in British Columbia. And the theme of this fall season's workshop is high impact, low cost educational technology. The proposal that I'm going to be submitting to present on is about vlogs for teaching and learning. And so I thought it'd be fun, kind of in line with my presentation topic, to actually vlog and document my process of putting together this very presentation, and also in line with that high impact, low cost theme, to show some kind of low cost ways you as educators can get started with vlogs or video-based content. And so yeah, that's kind of what we'll be doing in this vlog. I'll be documenting my next couple of weeks putting together this presentation, and yeah, so let's get into it. Before we go any further, there's actually one thing I need to do. I actually have to go pick something up at the library downstairs, and I'm going to take you along with me to go pick that up. So let's go down to the library.
Testing, just testing the audio quality of this lapel mic. This is what I borrowed from the library. If you're going to be making videos, check out your school's library and what equipment rentals they have available. Our library, we have mics, we also have tripods. We don't have cameras, but they did say that they have iPads that people have rented for filming videos. Yeah, a way to kind of keep your videos low cost is by using the resources that are already available to you, but also high impact, because it'll be much better quality than if you were to use what I was using earlier, which was just kind of my headphone microphone. So I'm sure this sounds way better. Today is September 29, which is actually the deadline for submitting your proposal to ETUG. So I thought that maybe we could fill that out together. Okay, so I've already gone through kind of the landing page, and I think my category would be this one, DIY solutions, presenting your creative low-cost setups. I think this blog fits that category pretty well. So let's go to submit your proposal. I'm at the part of the form where it's asking for my proposal title and description, and I actually want to take this opportunity to show you how I use AI for kind of tasks like these. So Copilot, and then I would put in provide some ideas for presentation titles related to vlogs for teaching and learning. So that's the prompt that I'm going to use. Let's see what Copilot gives me as ideas. So there's some general and catchy titles. Some of these are pretty good. Vlogs I teach, storytelling meets education. My prompt already kind of provides a direction of what it is that I'm going with, and I think this is just a nice way to get some other ideas. Let's see which one I'll use. Now I'd like to chat with you more about the pedagogical benefits of vlogs. So vlogs, which is an abbreviation for video blogs, it's a type of video that essentially documents a person's experience. And so a common vlog theme would be day in the life or week in my life. I think it's fair to say that we know the benefits of video-based content in general or multimedia in educational content, especially in line with multimodal learning. But I think vlogs as a type of video has some particular pedagogical benefits. A lot of you probably know of social learning theory by Albert Bandura, who, by the way, is Canadian. He's a Canadian psychologist in the field of education. And fun fact, he's also a UBC alumni. He studied how we don't just learn through direct experience, which is kind of what behaviorism posed, and that we learn through conditioning with positive or negative reinforcement or punishment. So Bandura, he was posing that we also learn through observational learning. And something else that Bandura discusses is how if we were to learn purely through direct experience, that would actually be quite not only laborious, but also hazardous. And so that makes me think of our school, the Justice Institute, and how a lot of our students are training to be first responders. And so, can you imagine if they purely learn through just kind of being put into an emergency situation and having positive or negative reinforcement depending on the consequences of their actions? Of course, that would be quite hazardous. And so, of course, we have other modes of learning, such as through simulation activities and all that. But I guess what I'm posing is vlogs as a form of observational learning. I mean, we're always talking about how to make our courses more engaging. I think vlogs very much do that. It encompasses storytelling, reflection, all kind of within the narrative, especially the personal narrative of vlogs. And especially in this age of AI that we live in, I think it can also help humanize the professions that our students are pursuing. I do want to acknowledge there are some disadvantages to vlogs. I mean, video production in general can get costly or require a lot of time and effort to put together, but I think that's kind of the whole point of my presentation and this vlog. I want to show you some low cost, low effort ways that you can just get started with vlogs or video content in general. And hopefully, by observing my process, it'll give you, I guess, something to model after and inspire you to start to introduce more videos or vlogs in your courses.
I just started the video editing process of this vlog, and I think now is a good time to show you the behind the scenes of that and how I approach video editing in a way that is beginner friendly and also low cost. One of my key takeaways here is what I mentioned previously about using the resources that are already available to you. For example, at our school, we use Microsoft 365, and part of the Microsoft product suite is this video editing tool here called Clipchamp. It's a very basic video editor, but I think basic can also mean beginner friendly in that it's not going to have all of those kind of distracting features and functionalities that you really don't need when you're just trying to put together a very basic video or basic blog. And to kind of prove that, I'm going to be editing this vlog here in Clipchamp. So this video that you're watching right now is all edited in a basic editor like Clipchamp. Now, if you're using a Mac, Apple has iMovie, which is, again, also another basic video editor. It's pretty equivalent to Microsoft Clipchamp. And that's actually something that you'll start to see when you start getting into video editing, that a lot of these video editing tools, they all kind of follow a similar UX design, UX and UI design, in that a lot of them will have kind of here your main editing timeline, and you'll also have a panel where you would kind of have your media folders. So as you can see, I'm starting to import some of my video files from my camera, which actually is, in this case, it's just my phone. I've filmed this entire vlog just on my phone. And yeah, so basically all you're really doing is pulling in some of these media files onto your timeline. This is where you can start kind of trimming things down, pulling the handles. I'm not going to go into a full kind of video editing tutorial here, but what I do recommend is to definitely check out YouTube. There are a ton of free video editing tutorials on there for really any video editing tool that you're using. I'm sure you'll be able to find some really great in-depth tutorials on there. And so just kind of going back to the basic UI of these video editors, here you also find tools like for adding text to your videos, stock music. A lot of these video editors now include a stock music library. Also things like stock video, images, templates, graphics, and transitions. Another key functionality of these video editors that a lot of them have now is to auto-generate closed captions or subtitles. And I think this is pretty key, especially in terms of making your video content more accessible. It'll auto-generate a transcript for you and can go in and edit. So if I start to transcribe, and so you'll see that it's starting to transcribe the video here, and then you can go in and kind of edit the parts. So for example, you can edit this text. And then you'll also be able to download the SRT, which is like a subtitle file format. And that's a file format that you'd be able to upload into whatever video hosting platform you're using. So for example, if you're uploading to YouTube, or maybe if you're uploading to Kaltura, you can grab the SRT file from here and upload it onto there. I also wanted to show you some other tools. There's this other tool here called CapCut. Something that's nice about CapCut is actually some of these pre-designed templates that it provides. So for example, it actually has some templates related to blogs. So you have daily blog, travel blog, and I also saw on here that it had some templates related, kind of like education related. So it has this course promo category as well as this student category. And these are just kind of some nice templates you can use. Another tool in relation to templates that's also free and very popular is Canva. And so here you could even search things like blog, and it will have a bunch of different title cards and thumbnails and things like that you can use. The title cards that I'm using in this video is here. So as you can see, I'm just using this template to create these different text screens that you're seeing in this blog. Another tool that you might be interested in relation to stock music is YouTube audio library. So when you have a YouTube account and you create a channel, you have access to their audio library. And here they have a bunch of free, royalty-free music as well as sound effects that you can use in your videos. And so this is the song that I've been using in this vlog, and you can also see kind of the license type, and it says that you're able to use it with no attribution required. One last tool that I wanted to share is called DaVinci Resolve. It's also a video editor, but it will have kind of more features and functionalities, especially around things like color grading. But the thing with DaVinci Resolve and why I wanted to share it is because it's actually free. So there are even more advanced or robust tools out there that you can use at a low cost. But I will say this one's not as beginner friendly, but if you're kind of getting into more video editing and you're looking for a more advanced tool, I highly recommend this one. This one's a really good low cost solution. So yeah, I hope this behind the scenes of my video editing process is helpful to you. And hopefully you can see that you really don't need fancy software or applications to get started with video editing.
So quick update here. This morning I received an email from the ETUG organizers to confirm that my presentation has been accepted. So that's very exciting. In terms of next steps, the organizers said to confirm that I am available to present. There's a form I need to fill out. I also have to register for ETUG myself, and then also to submit my finalized PowerPoint presentation before the event. And so on that topic, I have been thinking about my PowerPoint presentation and what I want to include in the slides. I actually was speaking to some folks at our Center for Teaching and Learning, who, by the way, is a really great resource for you if you are thinking of doing presentations or even thinking of doing videos. Like they'll usually have resources available for you, or or if you just need help brainstorming ideas or getting feedback. So when thinking about my presentation, I'm also trying to think of what kind of maybe like interactive activity we could do. As an instructional designer, I of course want this as a learning experience to be highly applicable. And so something that I'm thinking of doing is asking the attendees to maybe just put in the chat what are the professions that their students are pursuing in this program. And then maybe I will actually just pull up YouTube and search for vlogs of that profession or day in the life of that profession just to see what already exists out there in terms of vlogs. And if there aren't any existing vlogs or video content out there, I think it would be a good way to show the opportunity for more vlogs or video showcasing that field. So that's kind of where I'm at with just starting to brainstorm my actual presentation design. So hopefully that's helpful for you to see just kind of my thought process behind that. By the way, quick tip. So this is for how to get good lighting in your videos. I'm standing in front of a big window right now. And so if I turn around, as you can see now I'm what's called backlit. My face is darker, harder to see. It's because the light source is coming from behind me. So what you want to do is if you're going to use natural light in Windows, try to have it so that it's in front of you so it's lighting you well, and without getting into using kind of those big studio lights. This is just an easy way to light your videos at a low cost.
Okay, that's a wrap on this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope it's given you some ideas for low cost, high impact ways that you can get started with blogging or any video based content in general for your courses. If you do end up creating any vlogs for your courses, please do send them to me because I'd love to check them out. And hey, maybe even by watching my process and experience of preparing this presentation for ETUG, it'll inspire you to submit a proposal next time around. And so to close out this video, I'd like to share with you some clips of my trip here in Nelson, BC. I'm actually here for a work trip to observe a pilot of a course that I redesigned this year, and it's truly very beautiful here. The fall foliage is in its full glory, and so thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Okay, bye!